let's go ahead and have a seat and kind of get tuned in. Just taking a moment to connect downward and really feeling the spine come into straight alignment. Feeling the shoulders just relax and kind of slide down. Let your eyes close. Let your jaw relax. Take a moment first and really connect through your sit bones, so the base of the pelvis. Really feel it connecting down to the ground. So today is a full moon. It's the first full moon of the year. It's a wolf moon. So this is big, powerful lunar energy. It can sometimes be disorienting, so it's nice to ground to the earth. Let's feel into all of our muscles and bones, joints, organs, everything. And then begin a nice, deep, slow Ujjayi breath. So we can also ground through our breath. If you pay attention to your breathing, it is always happening in the moment, now. So if you connect to your breath, you'll always be grounded. Check in with any thought patterns this morning, any emotions you might be feeling. Noticing what your energy is like. Noticing how connected you feel. Again, maybe thinking of your connection today as being grounded. And then bringing palms together in front of the heart and just taking a moment to set your intention for practice today. As you get very clear on your intention, take a deeper inhale through the nose. Nice big exhale through the mouth. And we're going to come to standing and get grounded in Tadasana. So mountain pose. As we come to our standing position, we want the feet either touching or just sit bone distance apart. So you don't want a wide stance. You want to feel the pads of the toes, the balls of the feet, the heels, all really connecting down. I want you to sink your weight and your energy down into the soles of the feet. And then let all of your muscles engage and hug the bones. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Remind yourself again of your intention for your practice. And then here we go. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Spread your fingers, lift your chest, look up. So even though you're lifting your heart and lifting your gaze, you're staying rooted and grounded through the soles of the feet. Take 2 more breaths here. On your next exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, hang in ragdoll, just drape for a moment. Let your neck relax. You can shake your head if you need to. You're always welcome to sway here if that feels like a good idea. And then we're going to go ahead and plant the fingertips beside the toe tips. Only as much as you comfortably can. Straighten the legs. Look up and lengthen. And then back down. So we're going to step back with our left foot. We're going to have our right foot forward lunge this morning. We'll be easing into our practice today, but in order to balance out the lunar energies, we'll be doing a very solar practice, which means we're going to move a lot of vinyasas. You can modify as much as you need to. but we'll just kind of keep the energy moving and flowing. Generalized practice today, nothing too crazy, just a little bit of everything and lots of movement and breathing. Let's go ahead and drop the left knee down, raise the arms up and overhead, pelvis tilts back, rib cage lifts, hips move forward. Really be mindful of feeling into the front of your left hip. Hands on either side of the right foot, gaze forward. Begin to extend your right leg. Flex the ankle and toes. And then we're going to go ahead and just step back to plank position. Hold your plank for a couple of breaths. So we really want our midsection engaged, our core. So the solar plexus, Manipura chakra, helps balance out all this lunar energy. Let's drop that solar plexus to the ground by dropping down knees, heart, and chin. And then untuck the toes, come into a cobra to begin with. And after this, we'll just go full on if you feel like it. And then on your next exhale, downward facing dog. Just take a moment, feel into your down dog this morning. And then step your left foot forward. And we'll hold the lunge on this side for a couple of breaths. Easing into practice. We've got plenty of time, never any need to rush. Drop the right knee down, raise the arms up and overhead, pelvis tilts, rib cage lifts, hips move forward as we feel into the front of that right hip. And then we're going to bring the hands down on either side of the left foot, fully extend the left leg, flex ankle and toes. Step forward to your standing forward bend. Pause for a moment. Feel how rooted and grounded your feet and hands or fingertips are. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale and look up halfway. Exhale, back down. I want you to step back with your right foot this time. Hold your lunge for just a breath. And then take your left hand up towards the ceiling. Bring your left hand down inside the left foot. See if you can come onto your right forearm, perhaps both for lizard. Hands on either side of the left foot. Gaze forward. Begin to extend your left leg. So we're just starting to get a little bit deeper into our stretches, getting a little bit warmer. If you can, from here, bend the left knee. Let's go ahead and just take the arms up and overhead. Pelvis tilts and sinks a little deeper. Just trying to get a little more opening on that right front hip. And then from here, we're going to step it back to plank and take a full vinyasa. Follow your breath. If you can do Chaturanga Dandasana, awesome. If you need to modify, awesome. As you hit this second downward facing dog, I want you to really feel how connected you are through the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. Again, getting grounded, feeling grounded. Right foot steps forward. We hold for just a breath. We keep the left hand where it's at. Take the right hand up towards the ceiling. Bring that right hand down inside the right foot. See if you can come onto the left forearm, perhaps both. Lizard pose. And then hands on either side of the right foot, gazing forward, beginning to straighten that right leg. Bend your right knee, bring the arms up and overhead, and sink the hips. Remember to keep your pelvis tilted back so that you get a little bit more opening on the front of that left hip. Hands down, step forward, standing forward bend, ground through the hands and feet. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. We're going to step back with the left foot. I want you to go ahead and drop the left knee. Keep your left hand on the ground. Reach the right arm behind you. Now, this might be all you can handle, but if you feel like you can, go ahead and clasp your left foot with your right hand and sink your hips forward, getting a slightly deeper stretch on the front of that left thigh, left hip. Release the left foot down, turn the toes back under, take your left knee off the ground. See if you can rotate both feet a full 90 degrees to the right. Allow the hips to sink. Right hand can either reach up or you can reach around in front of your right shin for a little bit of extra torque. You should be feeling this in your right outer hip. Rotate all the way back around, step it back to plank, and take your vinyasa. Remember to ground through hands and feet in your downward facing dog. Left foot forward. We're going to go ahead and drop the right knee down and just reach back with the left hand. Again, if this is it, this is good. Honor your knees. If you feel like you can, you're going to grab your right foot with your left hand and continue to sink the hips forward to get that little bit of extra stretch. Release the right foot, turn the toes under, take that right knee off the ground again, rotate both feet a full 90 degrees to the left. Again, left hand can reach for the ceiling or it can be in front of that left shin. You should feel this in your left outer hip. Rotate back around, step forward to your standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Feel your feet connected and grounded. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. Step back with your right foot. Spin the heel flat. Come up into your warrior two. Take a couple of breaths, make sure your alignment is good. Breathe, gaze over that left middle finger. So we're going to take the left hand down to the ground if you can, outside left foot or ankle. Right hand towards the ceiling, side angle. On your next exhale, if it feels okay, take your right arm overhead. So you've got one long straight line from right fingertips to the outside edge of your right foot. Come back up, keeping left knee bent, right hand on right thigh. Reverse your warrior, left arm up and over. Come all the way back up, straighten your left leg. Kick your hips to the right, lengthen your rib cage to the left. And find your triangle pose, Trikonasana. Try and get both sides of the spine equally long. So you don't want to have a C curve in your spine. You want that left side to feel lengthened. Go ahead and bring your right hand down. Just take a moment, lengthening out over that left leg. And then step it back to plank. Follow your breath through a vinyasa. Remember, downward facing dog. Palms of the hands, soles of the feet, grounding you to the earth. Right foot steps forward. Left heel spins flat. We're coming up into warrior two. Just taking a couple of breaths to get good alignment. And then if you can, you're taking your right hand to the floor outside that right foot or ankle, left hand towards the ceiling. And then if you can, bring it overhead on an exhale for a full side angle. Keep your right knee bent. Come all the way back up. Warrior two. Left hand on left thigh, right arm up and over, reversing our warrior. And then coming all the way up, straightening the right leg, lengthening the spine to the right. Pardon me, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Remember, equal length on both sides of the spine. And then we're going to bring the left hand down and just take a moment lengthening out over the right leg. Pardon me. Stepping forward to our standing forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. Step your left foot back this time. Spin your left heel flat. Adjust the feet if you need to. We're coming up into warrior one this time. Virabhadrasana one. You want to kind of take a moment and try and get those hips to square off with the front of the mat as much as possible. And then take your arms up and overhead. Take a moment, really try and tilt the pelvis back. It's a little challenging in warrior one, but it's very rewarding because when you do that and you keep your left leg straight, you'll start to feel the stretch in the front of that left hip. From here, we're going to bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together and fold forward, humble warrior. Right shoulder to right thigh, relaxing the neck and then beginning to reach the arms up. Try and keep your hip alignment here. Come all the way back up. Release the arms up and overhead. Straighten your right leg. Make sure your hips are aligned. Lengthen forward. Straight, long spine, straight right leg. Now, when you get to the point where you're feeling pretty much your maximum amount of stretch, just let your left hand drift down to either your right shin or foot or the floor. Pardon me, and begin your revolved triangle. Right hand reaching for the ceiling. The more squared off your hips are, the easier this is to balance. Come all the way back up, warrior one. Now, from here, we're going to go into warrior three. So all I want you to do is just lift off. Left leg extends behind you. I'm going to change my hand position. And you're trying to get your left leg straight. Torso somewhere close to horizontal. Left foot back down, arms overhead, warrior one. Take your hands to the mat and take a vinyasa. Grounding, 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 connecting to the earth by plugging our hands into the mat, Really pressing the heels towards the earth. Big step forward with your left foot, right heel spins flat. Adjust your feet as necessary. Coming into warrior one on the left. Arms are up and overhead. Trying to get those hips squared off. You want your right leg straight, and as much as you can, you want to tilt the pelvis back so that you feel this on the front of your right hip. From here, we're going to bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, fold forward, humble warrior. Left shoulder to left thigh if you can, relax the neck, reach the arms up. Come back up. Release the arms up and overhead, warrior one. Straighten your left leg. Keep those hips aligned, lengthen out. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen when you get maximum hamstring stretch. Right hand floats down to the left shin or foot, and you begin to rotate your torso to the left. Floating left hand up towards the ceiling if that works for you. Then I want you to come all the way back up, bend the left knee, arms are up and overhead, warrior one. From here, lifting off for warrior three. You're extending your right leg behind you. Trying to get your torso somewhere close to vertical. I'm sorry, horizontal. Directionally challenged this morning. Take one more breath here. Put the right foot back down, warrior one. And then we take the hands to the mat and flow through a full vinyasa. So lengthening out, stretching, 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 grounding through the hands and the feet. You can either walk or jump forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Feet to the edges of the mat, yogic squat. Dropping the tailbone as much as you can, keeping heels flat. We're grounding. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way back up and overhead. Exhale, feet together, palms together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale and look up halfway. Exhale, back down. You can either walk or jump back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Grounding, grounding, grounding. So we're going to take the right leg up in the air. I'd like you to bend your right knee, roll your hip bone open, 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 open. Swing your right leg all the way underneath you with a bent knee. And slide your left leg back, coming into your pigeon. So if you can, you're coming onto the forearms. You should feel this in your right hip. You might be all the way flattened out. As long as you're feeling it in your right glute, you're in a good spot. Now from here, we're going straight back into three-legged dog. Take your right leg straight up and back. We're gonna swing the leg underneath us again, but this time it's gonna be straight. Right leg comes underneath, foot is flexed. We kind of slide it up towards the left armpit if you can. I'd like you to lower down like you would for Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe get your whole body to the ground. Maybe get the arms out like a T. Maybe grab your right foot with your left hand. All of these are optional. If you can, your head would turn to the right. Hands come back under the shoulders. One more time, straight back to a three-legged dog. Again, bending the right knee, rolling the hip bone open. Putting right foot down, grounding through all 4 points. Left leg goes up in the air. We bend the knee. We roll the hip bone open. Swing your left leg underneath you bent for pigeon. Right leg slides back. You come onto the forearms if you can, flattening out if that feels okay. You should feel this in your left glute. If you do, then you're doing it perfectly. And then hands under shoulders, we go straight back into our three-legged dog, left leg straight up and back. Again, we take the left leg underneath us, but this time it's straight, foot is flexed, foot slides up towards the right armpit, and we lower down. Again, maybe you can extend the arms, maybe you can turn your head to the left, maybe you can grab your left foot with your right hand. And again, hands under the shoulders. Last time, straight back into your three-legged dog. Bend the knee, roll your hip open again. And then plant your left foot down, shift into plank, take your vinyasa. From this downward facing dog, we're going to drop down to the knees. And we're going to be going into that deeper version of threading the needle. So what I'd like you to do first is go ahead and take your right leg out to the right with your foot flat. Very important. Little toe side of your foot needs to be flat. Right leg is straight. And just like that last pose, you kind of bring your right foot up closer to your right armpit. Now, we're going to take left arm underneath like we always do for threading the needle. Come to rest on the shoulder once you're down and your neck is comfortable. See if you can grab something on your right leg or foot with your left hand. And then take your right hand to the ceiling. And if it feels okay, let your chest roll open and that right arm can drop behind you. Come on back out of that, hands and knees. Other side, left leg extends. It's completely straight. Your foot is flat. Very important. Grounding, right? We're grounding through the sole of the left foot. Right arm scoops underneath. Once we're comfortable, we see if we can grab something on the left leg or foot. Left arm reaches up, and then you roll open. Come on out of that, hands and knees. Wag your tail if you need to. And then just step it back to plank, and we'll flow through a vinyasa. Grounding through all 4 points of your downward facing dog. From here, you can either walk or jump forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. So we're going to do our Warrior 3 balance again. And this time we're going to play with some transitions, first with the hands and then with the feet, if that feels okay. So we're going to start on the right foot first. Here's what I'd like you to do. Interlace your fingers, but extend your index fingers up. Reach your arms strongly overhead. This creates length in the spine. Begin to hinge at your right hip, extending left leg out behind you. Unlace the fingers. Bring them behind you, fingers pointing straight back. Now, if you can, you're going to put your right hand on the ground and rotate up into a half moon, left hand reaching for the ceiling. And then here's where the really fun transition comes in, including a foot. If you can, bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand. Grab your left foot or ankle. See if you can roll your chest open a little bit. Now, here's even more fun. If you're still with me, extend it back out, half moon. And then just see if you can slowly come back up, feet together, palms together. Big challenge. So maybe it happened, maybe it didn't, doesn't matter. We're playing and we're practicing. And release your fingers, extend the index fingers, reach up. Hinge at your left hip, allowing right leg to extend behind you. Unlace the hands. Bring the hands back by your hips, fingers pointing behind you. Now, if you can, go ahead and take your left hand down to the ground. Take your right hand up towards the ceiling for half moon. This is where the fun comes in. Bend your right knee. If you can, grab the right foot or ankle and roll open. Maybe release it back out for your half moon. And then just come back up. Right foot beside left. Palms together in front of the heart. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. Either walk or jump back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Grounding through all 4 points on the feet and the hands. From here, if you can, we're going to transition into a side plank on the left. I want you to just roll, stacking your right foot on top of your left, taking your right hand to the ceiling. Coming back into your downward facing dog. Remember, modify if you need to. You can always do this from a forearm. Rolling to the right if you're able. Feet are flexed. Left foot stacks on top of right. Left arm reaches for the ceiling. Left hand back down. Downward facing dog. Hips press back. Shift into plank, hold your plank. Ground through the palms of the hands. Feel the balls of your feet. Exhale, lower down. Feel how grounded you are. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, still grounding now through the tops of the feet and the hands, and then back into your downward facing dog. Feel as connected as you possibly can, and reconnect to your breath here too. Either walk or jump forward to your standing forward bend. Feel connected here. Big inhale, reach up, arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, palms together, I want you to just pause for a moment, feeling really rooted and grounded. Reminding yourself of your intention. And then simply come to a seated position in Dandasana, staff pose. Connect the sit bones down. So when we first checked in this morning, we really rooted down through the sit bones. I want you to do that again, but now your legs are extended, they're active. Your heels are touching the floor. You're trying to press the knees to the back of the knees to the floor. You're feeling your sit bones. Your hands are right behind your backside. So you're grounding through your hands as well.
take a moment, feel into your body. Reconnect to your breath. Notice any fluctuations in the mind. Notice any emotions. Remind yourself of your intention. And then we're going to keep the right leg straight. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, extend out over your right leg. Wherever your hands are is the perfect place for them. Keep them there. Let's go ahead and raise the right leg into the air. So it's a modification of heron pose. Lift the chest. Try and have your right leg straight. Flex the foot. Pull it towards you if you need to get that hamstring stretch. As you put your right foot down, I want you to put it down outside this left knee or thigh. You want the foot completely flat. We're going to twist to the right. Right hand is behind you, grounding down, either fingertips or palm. And then if you can, your left elbow is outside the right knee or thigh. If you cannot, then you hug the knee. But I want you to feel the points where you're grounded again. Right foot, left sit bone, right hand. Tailbone, hopefully. Lifting up through the crown of the head, you're twisting to the right. Even your eyes are turning to the right. And you're very grounded and connected. And you're grounded and connected through your breath. Now we're going to reverse the whole process. So either just reach down and grab your right foot or your right leg, extend it back up. Heron pose, slight modification because of the left leg position. Go ahead and put your right leg back down, lengthening out over it. And come back up. Hands are right behind your backside like they were for Dandasana. We're going to bring the right foot up to meet the left foot. Leave the hands where they are. Lift your chest. Press the knees out to the side and down. And then extend your left leg. Let that right foot just snug to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, lean out over your left leg. Wherever the hands are is probably perfect. We're going to go ahead and lift that left leg up. Modification of Kanchasana. Chest is lifted, leg is straight, foot flexes. And then if you need to pull it towards you a little bit, go for it. We're going to take the left foot and bring it outside the right knee or thigh, completely flat. So here we go again, grounding, right? Left foot grounding, right hip totally grounded, left hand behind us, preferably grounded, tailbone too. Either hugging left knee or bringing right arm outside of it. We lift and twist to the left. Even the eyes turn to the left. And then just like we did on the other side, we're going to slowly reverse the process. So reach down and either grab left foot or leg, extend it back up, modified heron pose. Slowly bring it back down to the ground, leaning out over the left leg. Coming back up, hands behind us, except this time we're going to extend the right leg out beside the left leg. You're right back in Dandasana where you started. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, lean out over both legs. Stretch. Come on up from that. Take your legs into a wide straddle. Make sure that you are still very connected through your sit bones. Feet are active. You want all of your inner thigh to be just as active as the outer hips. This is definitely not a passive, lazy stretch. You keep everything really engaged so that you're safe. If you feel like you need to, hands are behind you on the floor to keep your spine straight. A-okay to do that. If you can though, today, I would love for you to interlace your fingers behind your back. Lift the chest and the arms and then lean forward from there. This kind of helps eliminate any rounding of the back. And we simply breathe and allow gravity to do what it does. Just a couple more breaths. Keep those legs active. And then come on up. You can use your hands outside the legs. Bring the legs together. Give them a good wiggle. And then from here, we're going to take our time, really slowly, slowly rolling down onto our backs. So as you know, you heard me say at the beginning, when we put a chakra, the solar plexus is really what we want to activate here. So guess what? We're going to do a little bit of core work. Yay. Legs are straight up in the air. Make sure they're vertical and not coming in towards you. You want them to be vertical. Feet are active. Soles of the feet are reaching up to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers behind your neck, not your head, but your neck. Point your elbows at the ceiling. So you're wrapping your hands around your neck to support it. Deep breath in. Hold your breath. Flatten your back by tilting the pelvis. And then exhale. Reach elbows towards thighs. Breathe all of the air out. Inhale down. Hold the breath. Flatten the back, exhale, elbows towards thighs. Keep the navel pressing down. Try and empty your lungs completely. Inhale down, hold the breath, flatten the back, exhale, reach, elbows towards thighs. Your feet are still very active, reaching for the ceiling. Inhale down, hold the breath, flatten the back, exhale, reach elbows towards thighs. One more time, inhale down. Hold the breath, flatten the back, exhale, reach, elbows towards thighs. Feet are still reaching for the ceiling, navel's reaching for the floor, you're emptying your lungs. Inhale down, hug the knees in, rock side to side. So for your inversion today, if you feel like you can, I would love for you to do shoulder stand, whatever version or variation or modification of that you can do. And if shoulder stand's not an option, then bridge pose is, of course, fine. But if you can, go ahead and get hips into hands. Try and walk your hands a little higher up the back. Do your best to get somewhere close to vertical. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to make sure that you have curve in the back of the neck. Slowly, slowly, slowly come on out of that. Knees hugging. If you're able to do a deep twist, that's what we're going to do. If you need to modify, modification would be to keep both knees bent just like they are and drop them to the right. If you can go deeper, right foot goes to the ground, left thigh crosses over right, and we drop both knees to the right. Left arm opens out to the left, head turns to the left. Take some slow, deep breaths, feeling every part of you that's touching the ground, and also being present with your breathing. On your next inhale, bring the legs back up. If they were crossed, uncross them and hug them in. Feel free to rock, of course. So modification is to simply keep your knees bent, drop them to the left. If you can go deeper, left foot goes to the mat, Right thigh tightly crosses left and both knees drop to the left. Head turns to the right. Again, connect to the earth beneath you. Feel very grounded. Every part of you touching the floor grounds you. And then also stay connected to your breathing. On your next inhale, bring those legs back up, uncross them if they were crossed, hug the knees in. Reach down and grab the outside edges of your feet. Do a little exploratory movement in the happy baby. Just kind of play, move around. Maybe notice all the really good things going on in your body right now. Maybe notice how grounded your back feels as you do this. When you feel ready, feet come to the mat and the knees drop open so the soles of the feet can touch. Coming into reclined bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana. Taking a moment to just let the inner thighs relax. And then we're going to flatten the low back just to do that final low back lengthening on your next inhale. You're going to tilt the pelvis back to press the low back into the mat. You basically want no space between you and your mat. Feel how grounded you are through your low back. And then on your next exhale, release. Notice that when the pelvis relaxes, it tilts forward again, and you have a natural arch in the back. One more time, inhale, flatten the low back. Hold it while you breathe. And then exhale and release. Begin to extend your legs and find the best position for you for Shavasana. Hands are below heart. Neck is long, jaws relaxed, eyes are closed. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale through the mouth. I want you to just notice every part of you that's touching your mat. Start today at the head. Feel the back of your head touching your mat. Backs of the shoulders, backs of the arms, the backs of the hands. Feel your shoulder blades in contact with the mat. Notice how much of your back is touching it before the low back arches away from the mat. Definitely feel those large, strong glute muscles touching the mat. Backs of the thighs, the backs of the calves, and your heels. Very grounded. Every part of the back side of your body truly grounded. So you can feel at a very cellular level how the earth is supporting you. When you feel into your midsection, Manipura Chakra, you can feel some warmth and some heat there. Maybe there's rumbling this morning. It's a bright yellow light. It's a very solar energy. It's a microcosmic representation of the sun. And the sun warms our planets. It allows plants to create oxygen for us and food for us. So the sun truly supports us, not only from above, but from within. So feel that level of support. Without changing your breathing, become aware of your breath again. Grounded in the present moment. And also aware that your breath is just a tiny part of this greater atmosphere, it just happens to be moving in and out of your body. So you can feel how the air also supports you. The earth, the sun, the air supports you. Feeling into your body, recognizing that you are mostly water. More than half of your body is water. So water supports you because it is you. It is life along with breath and food. And it's this water in our bodies that the moon works on. So the gravitational pull of the moon creates the tides in the ocean, and it does in fact create movement within you. So for just the next minute or two, I'd like you to lie in your Shavasana, in that beautiful, comforting knowledge that you are supported by the earth, you're supported by the sun, you're supported by the air, you're supported by the water, and you're supported by the moon. Everything is here in support of you. Begin to deepen your breath a little bit. Begin to move your fingers and toes. Take a deeper inhale, spread the fingers and toes. Exhale through the mouth as you relax them. Even deeper breath in as you stretch through arms and legs. And exhale and relax them. Bend your knees. Roll to your right side. And press yourself up into sitting. Again, connecting down through the sit bones and lengthening the spine, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. So you already know that solar-based practices, etc., balance out these lunar energies that we are experiencing at the moment. And the same is true for our pranayama, our breath work. So today we're going to do a couple of bhakti. So very, very solar plexus oriented breath. Forceful exhale through the nose by contracting abdominal muscles. Very passive inhale by relaxing the muscles. We're going to do 2 rounds today. Go the speed that is appropriate for you, but remember that if you've been doing it for a long time, you're kind of trying to get an inhale and an exhale per second. So it's very similar to Kundalini breath of fire. And so it really stokes our solar energy, which will help balance out the current lunar energies. All through the nose if possible. Take a deep breath in. Breathe all of your air out through the nose. Deep breath in. Breathe half of your air out and begin. Big inhale, arms up. Spread your fingers. Exhale, float the arms down. Deep breath in. Breathe out halfway. Begin round 2. Big inhale, arms up. Spread your fingers this time. Hold your breath for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Float the arms down. Hands rest, palms up on the knees or thighs. Straight spine, eyes closed, normal breathing. Pause. Be present. Just feel. Noticing how your body feels. Staying grounded with your breath. Noticing any thought processes, any emotions. Noticing your energy. Noticing your sense of connectedness, including how connected your sit bones are to the earth. And then bringing palms together in front of the heart in gratitude for everything that supports us. The earth supports us. The sun supports us. The air supports us. Water supports us. The moon supports us. And we support each other. Take one more huge breath in through the nose. Soft, happy sigh. Palms to the forehead, reminding us to be present, to stay grounded, and to be aware. Palms to the lips, reminding us to speak our truth. Palms to the heart, reminding us to keep our hearts open, to experience gratitude, to experience and share love and kindness and compassion always. Thank you for joining me on this full moon Monday. Namaste. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Mitchell. I appreciate having you guys to practice with. Much love. Hope it's a great week. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Bye.